We take a look at the melting snowpack across central and northern Minnesota, the impacts on the rivers over the next several days, record warmth, and then a soaker by the end of the week that's going to bring colder weather as well as some moisture that we do not need. So still a lot of water equivalent locked up in that snowpack, anywhere from 1 to as much as 6 inches of water sitting in that snowpack, which is as much as 2 feet of depth still for places like Duluth and the Fargo-Moorhead areas. And we've lost on average a half foot of snow in those areas over the last week, which is about 1 to 2 inches of water equivalent. And that's why all the river levels are going up. This is a look at the St. Croix, which will reach flood stage by Saturday. The Mississippi at St. Paul reaching flood stage by Monday. And we've got the Red River at Fargo will reach flood stage by Friday, but already major flood stage or close to it by Monday. So things are really going up rapidly. So this system late in the week that brings that rain is going to be really a critical thing to watch. Just a few high clouds drifting through today, but I show you the visible satellite imagery to show you just that white blob that's not moving. That's the deep snowpack across North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota. Of course, they don't have trees. That's why it's much colder there, as it looks like a chunk of ice from space. So it just reflects back so much sunlight compared to the forested areas of northeastern Minnesota, which have just as much snow, but a totally different albedo, we call that, or absorption. Big ridge of high pressure aloft, still keeping things very warm. Winds today, winds were light yesterday, but today gusty winds from the south pumping in that even warmer air. So you will notice by the afternoon gusts of 20 to 35 miles an hour from the south, but temperatures are going to be very warm. Close to our first 80. We might be just shy of it, but we'll be very close today. And it doesn't really matter because we will hit 80 tomorrow, even if we don't do so today. The temperatures are going to be way above normal. So I said this yesterday too, 20 to 30 degrees above normal. This is much more of a difference from normal compared to the cold that we had. So I know it was kind of chilly, but those temperatures were 10 to 20 degrees below normal, whereas this is much higher above normal. And we are looking at record territory tomorrow, mid-80s across southern Minnesota, 60s and 70s even for much of northern Minnesota, but again, notice cooler in the northwestern corner of the state with that deep snowpack. We're going to set a record warm low probably tonight too, around 60 only for the low temperature in the Twin Cities. That's a summer-like overnight low, really, something you'd expect in June or late August. And then temperatures tomorrow, as long as we get past 83, that'll break a record. So all these circled numbers, those are records that are probably going to break tomorrow or being forecast to break. And it does look increasingly likely that we will do so in the Twin Cities. Showers develop in northern Minnesota Thursday with this slow-moving system, and then Friday, late in the day, we'll see showers here in the southern part of the state. So we're going to squeeze out a couple nice days still Thursday and Friday in southern Minnesota, and then the cooler weather comes in with some showers, few snow showers, but it's looking less and less likely that we'll see much in the way of any accumulating snow out of the system, maybe even in northern Minnesota too, but that's still the place to watch. But it doesn't really matter. What we're watching is how much water is going to come out of this system. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall still possible, or liquid equivalent, right at the point where those rivers are all reaching flood stage. So it's going to be really important to see just where that water lands and how much of it. Regardless, cooler by Sunday, upper 40s maybe only. We're back in the 50s by Monday, but it's kind of funny how temperatures that felt amazing a week ago are going to feel chilly after this. 70s and 80s. We could squeeze out 3 or 4 consecutive days of 80-degree temperatures. It is possible if we do it today and Friday. Either way, still very warm. Showers hold off until Friday evening. Falling temperatures Saturday as colder air moves in, and it will be fairly chilly Sunday with a few sprinkles around. And don't be shocked if we see a few snowflakes mix in.